Good morning and welcome back to another edition of Research Fantasy Presents our MLB DFS Pitcher Picks for Friday, July 21st, 2017. We've got a full slate of games, so it should be fun and exciting and really a great opportunity for us to play MLB DFS. I want to take a look at three pitchers tonight. All of them are fairly expensive, but I think that with the amount of games being played, you shouldn't have that tough of a time putting a lineup together around them. And I guess really on DraftKings, if you use the first and second names I'll mention, you can still build a pretty strong team. Let's get things started off with Aaron Nola, 16-4 fantasy draft, 9-1 FanDuel, 8,400 on DraftKings, taking on a Milwaukee Brewers team that has been a very powerful team this year, but also one that can yield very positive outings for pitchers. Now, I personally believe that Nola is going to be one of the great baseball pitchers for years to come. Maybe he doesn't get to that mark quite yet this year, but he's still in position to have a very strong game this year. Coming off of a pretty solid game against Milwaukee just about a week and a half ago. Now this game shifts back to the friendlier confines of his home stadium. I think that he's got a pretty solid floor and a pretty solid upside as well. Will he be the highest scoring pitcher on the slate? No, that's not his game, but I do think he's someone we could trust to put in our lineups tonight. Next up, let's move on to Jeff Samardzija, 17-6 fantasy draft, 8,800 FanDuel, 9,100 DraftKings. And like I said in the article, sometimes it's just as easy as picking on whoever is pitching against the San Diego Padres, and that's what we have today with Jeff Samardzija. He's a good enough pitcher, does limit the damage that's done to him, does have a little bit of a problem with lefties, but this really isn't a lineup where you're going to be scared of that many lefties in it. I think he's definitely one of the guys I want to focus on in my cash games. And if I don't want to pay up for the big dollar pitchers tonight, I don't really hate the idea of taking the safety of Samardzija and the upside of Aaron Nola and going that route. But ultimately on this slate, my favorite pitcher coming in at 26-1 on Fantasy Draft, 11-8 FanDuel, 13-4 on DraftKings has to be Chris Sale. And it is tough at the top because we have Sale, we've got Scherzer, we've got Alex Wood, who's definitely put himself into that elite pitcher conversation this year. But for me, I'd rather go with Sale. I think that there's a lot of safety in the matchup with the Angels. Sure, he'll probably give up a home run to Mike Trout, but outside of that, I think he could really minimize damage. His strikeout total, even against a team that doesn't strike out a ton, should be good enough. Sale is one of those guys that anytime he's on the slate, I'm going to have ownership of him. And I think that tonight makes a great time to build your cash games around Sale. Once again, three of our favorite pitchers in tournaments: Aaron Nola, Jeff Samardzija, Chris Sale. Thanks for watching. Make sure to check us out at researchfantasy.com. Subscribe to the YouTube channel below. Head over to Facebook, like us there, follow us on Twitter at Research and Win, and join us again tomorrow.